Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the Vintage Paper Girl. Welcome to my studio. I'm really excited you're here. Sorry about the frog, guys. Apparently one crawled in there when I tried to talk. Anyway, I'm happy that you're here today. It's Stack Your Stash Day. Stack your stash. Yep, that's what we're doing today. So, well, at least I'm going to try to do a Stack Your Stash today. Hopefully we can get it done. Make some fun things for our stash. And we're going to be using envelopes today. You can get them just about everywhere. Walmart, Dollar Tree, grocery store, Target, wherever you like. We're going to be using the long, what we call a business envelope or legal envelope. It's 4 1/8 by 9 1/2. So for those of you who are in Europe, there's your centimeters. Okay. So that's the size we're using today. Whatever you have that's close to that. You can use junk mail if you'd like. I'm just going to use some clean white ones today. So I alternate back and forth between junk mail and this, but certainly let me see if I have a junk mail one I could grab. But I usually have a ton of them on my desk thanks to my hubby. He always saves them for me. Let me grab one. Let's see. Okay, I got one. Alrighty, we can use one of these too. If you want with a long, that's too long though. That's gonna be a problem for folding. Hold on a minute. I don't think that's going to be a good one. Oh, let me see what I have. If I have anything quick and easy to grab. Probably not. Just because I want one. Okay, here's one. Got it. It can have whatever you want on the inside or not. We're just going to do the same thing no matter what. So it'll work, right? So, ooh, that's got my hubby's address. Let me see. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I... A little tip for you, if you do any cutting of paper, like the labels, the sticky labels, I keep my sticky label scraps, and I just take those scraps, it's this, right there, sticky label stuff, and I use those to cover up addresses and things I don't want seen on camera, or just in general. Maybe I made a boo-boo on something and I don't want someone to see it, so I will, use that on some, see, just cover that up, and it's one of those kind you can't see through, so hopefully that works okay. All right, so what we're going to do is get yourself some envelopes, some paper. Now, I'm going to use both a digital from Rachel at Roxy Creations, and this is her, just so you won't ask me later, Italian emblems. She both has the tall and the regular size. And also I'm using some scrapbook paper. Okay, so, and this is the Theodosia, one of the new ones. So, Theodosia square. So, and then you're going to need either scissors or a paper cutter, up to you. Depends on what you're, what you like to use, and some glue. That's pretty much what we're going to need today. So, we are going to make this fun little pocket pouch that you can either use as a standalone, as a gift. It could go in a journal. It could go on a page in a journal. It could get tucked in a pocket. Whatever you like, you can do with this. So we are going to stack our stash with these because I think they're great. Now you can leave them all blank, cut them all and leave them all blank, or you can do bases on them and then decorate later. Because what you would do with this is you would just wrap it around the page like this. If you want, you open it, you have that pocket. Or you could put it on like that, or you could just tuck it inside, stick it in a pocket, whatever you want. So it could be used a bunch of ways. So thought I'd show you that right off the bat before we get going. So how are you all? Good, I hope. Hope everyone's well. For me, I'm filming on the holiday here in the U.S. It's President's Day. So the schools are out, the banks are closed, the mailbox is closed. So if you're waiting on an order from us, they'll go out tomorrow, Tuesday. They'll be out on Tuesday. You'll see this on Wednesday, so they should already be out and on their way to you. So anyway, we had to wait a day because of the holiday. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our envelopes and we're going to seal them. Now, this one has a sticky strip, so I'm just going to close it. Does this one have a sticky strip? Nope, this is a junk mail one, so I'm going to get some glue. You can use whatever glue you like, whatever your favorite glue is. I'm using art glitter glue. And I'm going to close that up because we don't want any of our envelopes open. Close them all. Yeah, this has a sticky strip too. Okay, I'll just use the sticky strip. And if I find it's not close enough, then I can go back and add some glue. So, but you saw me glue the other one, right? So we're good. All right, you can glue them, or if you're lucky enough to have sticky strips, go for those. All right, so here we go. Now, the next step is we are going to cut the ends. I bet you can guess. You knew, right? We're just going to cut those ends open. You want to open this up. We're going to do the ends first because we're stashing it today. So basically we were mass making it. I might as well make all the bases. Why not, right? I'll just put them in my little box and we'll have lots of things. I actually pulled some out the other day and used them in one of my projects. So the mass making, the stashing, the building the stash really worked well because I was able to use some of the pieces that I'd already made. Yay, right? Worked good. I gotta get my garbage where I can find it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a floor full of garbage again. Oh, now, all right, now we have all these open. So this is junk mail. And these are just regular cheapy envelopes. We want to open it, but don't open it on the side of the flap, okay? Open it on the opposite side. I don't know if this will fit in here. Oh, it did. And you just barely want to open it. You want to barely take the edge off, just like a stinky little bit. Itchy, bitchy, tiny, eeny, weeny, teeny, weeny bit. Again, we're going to leave the flap on that side, on the left side, and we're going to open it on the right here. Let's go like that, and like this. Oh, and I had quite a few questions and comments that on a variety of videos that I thought we could answer while we're working on this today. Hold on a minute. Someone said, if you hate your clear ruler so much, why don't you use the board? Well, I didn't get this board to measure on. It's just here to protect my desk. It has lines, which is nice. I can line things up. But it's easier for me to pick this up and measure it for the camera. I can't pick up the board to say, okay, this is 9 inches tall. But sometimes because it's clear, I'll get it upside down or I'll get it backwards. And yeah, sometimes you get a little frustrated with it. And, you know, the joke is, oh, I hate this ruler. But, you know, I really don't. I love it. It's a Tim Holtz ruler. I love it. And I like it because you can see the lines through it so that you can line things up better and you get a much straighter edge when you're cutting or measuring or whatever you're doing. So, no, I really love this ruler. And I don't like to measure on here because I have to go clear off camera to get to number 1 and measure down. I do use the board, but I can't pick it up and look at it close, which I need to do because you have to guys realize I'm pretty far away from the camera and the board not to be in the picture. So, you know, there is a reason I don't use this board because you guys couldn't see what I was measuring or how big something was. So there is a reason I do that. Okay. So that was one of the things someone asked me. I was trying to remember. There was a bunch of other questions. Did I open all these up and not even realize it? I did. I'm talking. I got to stop doing that. No talking aloud. All right. I'm going to put that board down for now. I don't think I need it. Well, I won't put it very far because I got a feeling with papers, I will need it to cut my papers. So, all right. So there you have them. They're all open. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to decide how. Okay, see, now remember when I said that you might have to add some extra glue? Yep, I'm going to have to. Now, this glue tends to wrinkle a little bit. You can use a glue stick if you can get it in there. I'll just use my Fabri-Tac. You can use whatever glue you have, whatever makes you happy. Okay, so that one's closed. So let's check the insides before we go to the next step because we want to make sure everything's glued down and happy. Yeah. Like we have all these little bits, but don't pull those off. You want to keep them because you need the strength that the piece of paper allows. A lot of times when you pull off the bits and pieces, then you weaken your paper and you won't be happy because you're like, oh, wow, this is too flimsy now, right? So, oop. Okay, whoop. Oh, and then I had someone question if the shop that I opened with my daughter is really my shop, or am I just promoting her? Well, yes, it's really my shop. I've busted my rear end for this shop, I'll tell you right now. And yes, of course I would promote my daughter. I promote everybody else. Why wouldn't I promote my own daughter? Goodness gracious. Okay, so thought I would answer that question. Yes, it's really my shop. Yes, I really work hard to put stuff in there. So yes, yes, and yes. All right, now these are open. Now the next thing we're going to do, now you have to decide how tall do you want this pocket to be, right? We know that these are right around 9 inches because it said so on the envelope, but let's see. Yep, it's 9 inches tall, even when I cut open the little bits, because it's about a quarter, 9 1/4. So you have to decide how tall you want it. Now this one, I folded it up. I kind of like the pocket size on this. I didn't want the pocket super big, but I wanted it deep enough to actually hold something. So about 2 1/2, 2 1/4, 2 3/4, you know, whatever you want. I'm going to say 2 1/2 is a good amount for a pocket size, but I'm not going to measure it. Let me see if I can get it to match that one. Yeah, right about there. And each envelope, depends on how much you cut off, is going to be kind of a different height. But I really like the... Yeah, I really like the 6 3/4 size. 6 3/4, I think is good for putting in a journal, but everybody has different. You might only want an eensy beensy little pocket. You might want a great big pocket. It's totally up to you, right? What you want to do. I just kind of do it by eye. I'm like, oh, okay, that looks good. And then you're going to fold it in half. Right, so that gets folded in half. Now, if anything's sticking out the side, don't worry about it just yet. I wouldn't trim it right away. You could, if it's really bothering you, put it on your cutter, trim it. Also, we're going to want to get out our bone folder or scissor handle or whatever you got to press down your edges. Yeah, we don't sell these in our shop, though. Although we do sell the rubber erasers, the glue erasers. We do sell those if you guys need those. Somebody asked me where they could get them, so it's like, all right. Oh, and we've been getting requests for a variety of things for the shop, so we are hearing your requests and doing our best to get hold of some of those things that you guys have requested. So I don't think that won't fit in my bitty cutter. It won't fit in the itty bitty. Let me finish folding them, and then I'll trim them all at once. That's probably a good idea. Now, you notice I'm kind of keeping that on that side. I don't know why. I just feel like that's how it should be. These might end up being... Oh, they're pretty close. Did that end up being the same size? Yeah, within an 1/8 of an inch or so. This one's a little bit shorter, I think, because I think I cut the envelope a little. It's a little bit different envelope, so you're going to get a little bit different size. Now, to eliminate bulk in the middle, we will cut something out here, but I'm going to wait until after we decorate before we do that, right? Because you don't want to close it up. Now, you could stop right here and put these in your stash, and they would be good. You can decorate them later. You could do whatever you want. But I think part of the decorating is part of the cool part of it, right? So that was thick right there. That did not want to go through. I think this one will be better. This is a lighter envelope. That was a pretty, and I've got a really weird edge here, so that's good. Clean up your edges. Make sure they're all nice and even. The bulk in the middle is what causes this extra paper here. Let me make sure I am filming. Okay. Oh, yep. 14 minutes in, and we whipped out, 4 or 5 of these. So that was really easy. Real quick and easy to do. But you get something that's beautiful and fun to put in your journals. That's easy. It's a good page filler. Fills up a page if you want to set it on the page. If you make it taller, then, it would definitely, it's a good use for junk mail envelopes and regular, whatever you like to use. If you do everything online, you probably don't have any junk mail envelopes. They're hard. Funny that it's hard to get, but we still do everything old school. We don't do our online anything. So we have hundreds of these things. So I have so many. It's crazy. All right, now comes the fun part, the play, the part I love the best, which isn't just making the stack your stashes. Actually, I'm also going to show you one other envelope project you can do. I keep meaning to show this to you and haven't done it yet because it's not anything special. So I haven't, you know, done anything with you guys on that. And that is, you take an envelope and you fold it down at the top, right? And you're going to want to fold it down. Let's see, let's get the rule. Sorry, my chair's like way in the middle of the room here. Pushed it back too far, it took off. Okay, so you're going to want to turn it down about 2 inches on the top. Yeah, 1 3/4 to 2 inches, depends on what you like. Now, this is an over-the-page envelope, so you can leave it with a pocket. You could cover it. Again, you're going to close your envelope up, but you're going to open like one side so that you can stick something in. Now, I have these ready to go. They're sitting in my stash box because I know that all I have to do is, I mean, I can pre-glue them closed, I suppose. Let's get these closed. I think I did these in a video. It was just a crafting video, not a stack your stash video. So I can't remember if I did these in a video. I'm sure I did. Everybody's done these. Everybody has done these. But we haven't. You're going to see things that I show you that are other people have done, right? These aren't my original ideas. But I feel like they're good for stacking our stash. So that's why you'll see them again in my video, because I'm like, okay, I see this as a good stack your stash piece, right? That something that would be fun to have in our stash to use to decorate later or decorate now, pre-decorate. You can do that, whatever you like. You can just go ahead and make a whole bunch of a finished ephemera if you like, if that's your thing, right? So, all right. And how those work, if you're new to journal making, you're thinking, what in the world are you talking about, lady? Well, you just go like this. It goes over the edge. You can, see, you flip it up. You'll have writing space. It's decorated on this side, right? Over here, it'll be decorated, glued down here, and you can tuck something up here. You could tuck a pretty card. I don't have anything on my desk, you guys, like. Give me a minute. Let me grab something here. You can take and tuck a card up like that, right? So it becomes a tuck on this side. It's real pretty. Then you have this side that you decorate. You pull it up. You can write there, and then it'll be open. So that's the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open this, right? So let me show you. Move that. I gotta find some place to put that it doesn't block the light because it has been cloudy all morning and sprinkling. It rained, huge storm the last 2 or 3 days. We've had just massive storms, rainstorms here in California, central coast of California. And so what we're gonna do, you pick your side. I'm gonna say it's gonna be, I'm gonna flip it over where I have my window. I'm gonna leave it, fold it down, and I'm going to barely stick that in there because I just barely want to open that, right? So that gives us our pocket. Now, I really don't need it open here. Now, you could leave it open and stick a tiny little, tiny little tag in there if you would like. Let's see if I have a little one. Oh, let me see. I have to kind of unload my cabinet here. Hopefully that's a little one. Yeah, that one might work. That one might work. So you could leave the side open over here. This one could be open right here. So when it's over your page, you're just going to stick this in there. See? So you have a tag here. You can tuck up under there. You have a tag here. So very multi-pocketed. If you want it that way, you can do it that way. Okay, so this is a second number 2 for Stack Your Stash today. So this one's open. I haven't opened these other ones yet, but anyway, I just wanted to share those with you. I don't think we'll get to decorating those today, but you just mainly collage all the way around. You cover the back with my little technique where you just lay it on the paper and cover it. And you cover this side. So you can collage on them or whatever you want to do. All right. So, all righty. We'll go back to the first one we were working on. Oops. I don't want to lose one of those. All right. So So let's cover. Now, I originally brought the blue papers over because I thought I might want to do a blue journal. So you know my trick is to lay it down. We're going to use, probably for this, we're going to use our stick. I'm going to move my papers off to the side because I don't want them to get all gluey. What are you guys up to? Anything new and exciting? I mean, you know what I've been up to, but I don't know what you've been up to. Literally, that's my whole life right now has been our shop. I haven't had time to do anything else. I barely get my laundry done and help my hubby figure out what kind of meals we're going to have for the week and get the recipes out for him. He's been doing all the cooking. Thank goodness. I've been teaching him to cook. As my health has gotten less, it's been great. I told him, you got to learn to cook, bud, because at some point I might not be here and you need to be able to feed yourself. And so I'm lining it up with this bottom fold right here, right? Did I get it right? Yes. Yay. I see a little white, but I can ink that, right? I did kind of go over here. Let me wipe that off to get it so it doesn't stick to everything. Now this is going to be the outside, so pick your outside paper first. And go ahead and burnish it down because we want to lock the glue into the paper fibers. Someone said I sounded hyper on my videos. Oh, guys, you have no idea. Sometimes I sound hyper because I'm pushing myself to get something done. Or sometimes I'm just so happy and excited I can't stand it. And no, I don't do drugs or alcohol or any of that. Don't need to. Always been like this. Always talked 100 miles an hour my whole life. All right, we're going to let that dry just a tad. Now, I want to figure out what's going to be on the fold up and the inside. So, I did bring coordinating papers. Uh-oh. Whoopsie. Everything just went flying across my floor. Now, you could, if you wanted the front to be different than the back, you could just do a strip of paper here, a strip of paper here, a strip here, here, and here. But I didn't want a whole like patchwork looking thing. I kind of wanted things to be a little more. Oh, I really love that with that. But I also love that tall. Ooh, that's so pretty. Let's see. Look at all these papers I've got. Aren't they gorgeous? Beautiful. Don't want to use that one. It's hard to pick when you have a lot of pretty paper, right? I love working. I haven't worked with scrapbook papers in years, and I am having a blast with these, you guys. I really am. I've been enjoying it so much. I've been working with digital so much that I forgot about scrapbook paper, and I love scrapbook paper. I have a lot of it. Plus, I've bought some new ones, you know, just for something different, because I've had the same scrapbook papers for probably 15 years. So there's a point where you're like, I'd like a little something new. When I can find one, I grab them. Now, this particular paper pad, I love so much, I went and bought a second one. There was no way I was going to not have this paper. I love the prints so much. I want to be able to use them for things. Make sure you get enough glue on there. If you're using glue stick, I probably am not, but I'm doing my best. Eck. All right. I got a glob there. Glue glob. Glue glob. Hello to all my beautiful friends out there. I hope you're all well. I miss you guys when I don't see you. I do. I really do. It feels really strange when I don't do videos. But I haven't had tons of time. So I haven't been able to do as I'm trying to figure out top and bottom, because this is one of those multi-directional papers. Oh my goodness. So I don't know. I'll just put it on there. And then I'm going to actually purposely go over a little bit on this side so I can trim it to get a nice, I want to make sure I can still pull that up. Up. Let's put our top on our glue. Hello, sorry, flying glue. If you were napping, I apologize. I just woke you up. That was a big startle. Hopefully you're not napping to my videos, but you never know. Doesn't do any good to sleep during a stack your stash, because then you don't know how to stack your stash, right? You know, I have a lot of papers now cut like this with an L because I've laid something down and cut it on this way. For me, this is the easiest way. I could just do the little half too. I could do it the same way and do half a page. I don't have to do it this way, but it's what I've chosen to do. Kind of a lot of white edge there, didn't I? Leave a lot of white edge. Okay. Oops. Let's do this side. Now, if you do half and half, you don't have to make it fit exactly. Oh, this was inspired by Wendy at Wendy's Journal Adventure. So I saw her make these. I'm, of course, making my version. We all do it differently. So, but these are for the Stack Your Stash. Not to take anything away from Wendy. She has great ideas that will work well for our stacking the stash. All right. I don't want to bend it just yet because it is wet, wet, wet. And we don't need to do the inside. We're just going to do the outside. So I said I really liked that toile, didn't I? Let me see. Where did I just put that? Oh, there it is. On the floor in the basket next to me. Here we go. Excuse me. I knocked my glue board on the floor. Eek. Okay. I just have my little one right now. I need to make my new big one. Oh, I just need 5 minutes. Really. Let's see. What do we like? You're not going to see a lot of it, so maybe I'll do... Goodness, you're not going to see much of anything, are we? Maybe we could do it that way. Oh, it's so much harder to cut that way, though. Oh, my goodness. Well, let's do this end. Okay. So now remember, we want the outside. We don't need to do the inside. I should have inked this before, but we'll see how this goes. This is kind of a good way to mass decorate too. Simple decoration, not overcomplicated, not a lot of collaging. Just lay it on, glue it, trim it, right? Or glue it, lay it on, and trim it. I just said that backwards, didn't I? Let me see. Oh no, I ripped the whole thing. Oh gosh, okay, well, it glued fast. It stuck on fast. All right, well, we'll fix that. Not difficult to fix. We can either fix it with fabric or with something else. Or, hold on a minute. Let me get most of my washi tapes in the other room. I don't have a lot of it over here. It's all in my packing room because I've been packing orders and wrapping things with washi tape. So I like to use washi tape on the tissue paper because it doesn't make a big mess out of the tissue paper. If someone wanted to keep the tissue that I've sent, you know, we like to package with things you can use, like string and ribbon and paper, things that you can. If you get an order from us, usually you can reuse pretty much everything. So I'm going to put that on the inside, right? So that'll take care of the rip. So then when I trim it along here, hopefully I don't end up opening it all up. I'm really going to have to watch that. Well, those cheap envelopes, inexpensive envelopes, excuse me, rip super easy. They're super thin, so be careful, guys. You saw what happens. I thought I could just lift that up, and nope, that did not happen. And, you know, we're giving it a lot of heft by adding on scrapbook paper, right? All right, so we have that. Now, one of the things we want to do at this point is, because there's a lot of heft in the middle, right, which we want to, see this line here? Before we close this up, we're going to want to just cut a little bit. Oh my goodness. Want to just cut the slightest V out of the middle. So we don't have that bulk, right? There you go. There, just like that. I did cut that super crooked though. I am going to trim that up a bit. There we are. So that little bit you cut out relieves the excess, keeps it from puckering, gives us the 2 pockets, reminds us where our fold is going to be. Right, there's our fold. But if I fold that right now, I'm going to end up with a gap. So I'm going to let that dry a little bit. But there, we've got our 2. Now you can close these pockets if you want. You can leave them open. You can round the corners. You could do a whole bunch of fun stuff. So let me see if I've cut this straight enough to round the corner. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch. Yep. I love to round my little corners on my pockets, because they actually look like a pocket when you do that, right? And I'm going to round my corners up here. Oops, that moved out. Come on, you. What are you doing? There we are. I'm going to have lots of fun scraps to play with in our next videos, aren't I? All right, now, here's the tricky part. I see some white down here that is not part of the envelope. If I can do this without cutting my flap off and losing my pockets, I don't know. Now, if you have a washi tape that you really like, you could go across the bottom. If you don't like the way it looks, you could put some lace on there. You can use some more washi tape that kind of goes along with what you're doing. Or if you are an inker, you like distress ink, which I do, you just go across the bottom, both top and bottom. Now, you know I'm going to lace this probably, so I'm not worried about it. I'll put some lace across the bottom. And the fun part is when this is, if you do separate pieces here and here and here and here, when you fold this, you could put a piece of lace through the middle or a piece of fabric or whatever you like. Now I'm taking my chances folding this wet. Yep. And it puckered on me like I knew it would, because there's no glue up there for some weird reason. So let me get some glue in that. I did clean my mat, but oh, I never get to the edges. If I got to the corners, it wouldn't be my video, right? I'm wondering if I've got glue there. Let's make sure that's all glued down. Let's check our corners, make sure we got glue everywhere. Yeah, I think we're okay. We just had the one that was not doing so well. Okay. So now, because I like to ink, I'm going to go around the edges. Let's go. Let's just lightly go around the edge. You could put a thumb notch if you wanted, if you're worried, you know, you wanted to make it look more like a pocket. I'm not going to, but you could. Let's go around the outside a little bit. Gives it that very antique look, which, you know, I'm the antique girl. I see someplace I don't think is, no, it is. Just got a lot of white there. So this will get rid of the white edges. Maybe if we weren't great at gluing and all that goodness, which apparently My glue skills are subpar today. But this is a good time to do it, right? Now, you could just stop right here, put this in your stash, and you have it ready to go for a journal or something that you're doing, right? Or a folio or something that you have that you might want to do, right? So there you go. Or you can keep going and completely, whoopsie, decorate it out. I think I need to put some more glue in my bottle. It's feeling a bit empty. How are we looking? Yeah, could use some glue. Also needs a good cleaning. It's pretty dirty. Need to clean off my bottle here. Probably need a new wrap is what I need, but you know, who has time for that? So, kind of using my fingers to dry that glue. And there you have it. There's our pocket. Now, some other fun things you could do. Now, I notice it's still catching in the middle. So that means I need to do a better job of trimming this out up here. I needed to take a bigger V, which I usually do, but I wasn't sure on these with the envelope and the paper what my width was, so. Just be sure you get enough out of that middle fold there, because with all the papers, see, it's gotten thicker now. So, let's put a little ink there. And where is my... Oh, I just love this. It's very Victorian. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that. French 12, French Victorian. My goodness. Lovely, 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 lovely. I don't think I have any like little tags or anything to put in there right now. Let me see what I've got. I know what I'm looking for. Just give me a moment. Like I have some of these pretty kind of French. These are French images. That would be lovely. Let me see. Do I have anything cut I could use? She's cut. Let's see. What do we have here? I like her. I mean, she would be pretty. Oh, wouldn't she be pretty on the front of that? Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. So this is from Paper Cameo High Tea Set 2. So I made some of the tags and pieces smaller so they would work in little bits like this. So, oh, she's pretty. Okay, okay, okay. I see something happening here. That just came out of nowhere. Didn't know what I was going to do. I don't know what I want to do, actually, but I'm thinking that I'm going to cut that off, trim it, and then use that also behind it. We're going to double use that. Okay, so what time is it? I want to see how much time I have to decorate. Do I have time to finish this one? I do, I think, unless I get crazy. But you know me, I'm a crazy girl. Now, one thing I did want to do before I went any further, because I want to be able to see how it doesn't want to stay closed. You're going to want to tie that closed with a ribbon or a string or something, right? So let me get my crocodile. Guess what I did? I spoiled myself. I haven't shown anybody yet. I bought myself the rose gold and pink one. And I don't know if they're the exact same for holes. I'll have to play with the hole punches to see if they're any bigger or smaller, maybe just a little bit different. If they are different, I could really justify it. I just wanted it so bad. It matches my room. I've used this one so much. It's kind of feeling worn out. So I just noticed that edge was sort of a hot mess. So let's cut this right about there because I want that blue to show, right? So it picks up the blue there. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so let's do this. I wish they had this one in the pink. I mean, they probably do. I don't know. I've never pink and rose gold. I'd have to look it up. I don't know if they do. Okay, so I am going to go around the edge. And let's fix this. This is what I call corner boogers all over my desk. Look at this. This is where it sits because it drops out stuff. Oh my goodness. Look at a mess. Yes, I licked my finger. It's my desk. It's fine. I wash it all the time. Every time I work on it, it gets a good cleaning. So, there we go. All right. Now, wait, I got too many things going here. Hold on. Let's put that off to the side for a minute. Let me go back to what I was trying to say a minute ago. So, gosh, my rings are twirling. Let's get something. I'm wondering if I want silver or gold. Maybe an antique gold. Let's see. What do I have that's antique? I go through these like crazy, and you have to buy all of them to get them. So it's like, gosh, I think that'll work. So what I want to do is I want to figure out where I want to put a tie, which would be about mid, which misses my pockets, which is great. And I want to do it before I put her on there because I don't want to put a hole through her. All right. So let's see. Let's go. So that's 6.5. So it'd be 3 and a, kind of like right about there. I don't want to go too far in because it'll make it hard to decorate otherwise. But I want to get those in there. Oh yeah. Okay. It's got a lot of floof on it. Now I did both together so that they would be equal and I'm not guessing, right? So it's just easier. Don't do one and then the other because then you'll be off. If you've never used one of these, you want to take this in that's kind of hanging down here, the nipple in, and then you have that flatter in there. You want to put that in the hole. So on the top. Always make sure it's on the top. Otherwise you will crush them and they'll be all weird and you'll ruin your piece. So it took me a long time to figure out how to use this baby. All right, now we can tie. So now we can decorate. So I will have to cut her down a little bit on one side because she's right on it. So that's okay. I don't mind doing that. That's fine. And we're done with that. I'm going to put my new one in here. Or find her a good home on my desk. I just don't know where the new pink and rose gold one is going to go. So let me move that off because that's in my way. Taking a little break from the video here. I didn't leave you. Don't worry. I did not leave. Okay. So I'm going to have to take some off this side a little bit. Which is fine. She does not have to be dead center of the picture. It's okay. Now I got to redo the corners. Let's do that. Alrighty. There we go. I've already done this one. So what I was thinking, oh yeah, now that one's to, because I wanted to kind of do like that. This one's still a little too, just a teensy bit too wide. Let me just take a smidge off of this one. But that's, this is how you learn. Hey, it's too wide, you fix it. There's a fix for everything. Totally a fix for every single thing. You can fix anything. Believe me, I'm always making a mess out of something. So, and it's funny. Once you do it with your journal making, I tend to fix other things in my life that get broken or damaged. I think, oh, I could do this with it. Oh, I could do that with it. So I've always been an out-of-the-box thinker, but even more so now, right? So now we would go like that. and then like that. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, I think that'll make a really pretty tea time. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my goodness, I'm loving that. That is so pretty. So pretty. I'm happy with it. What time do I have? How much time do I have? Let me check. Not much. Okay, well, of course, as you know, when I finish one, I'll show you in my next video. I don't know if I had anything to show you from my last video. If I did, I've probably already put it far, far away. Yeah, let me get that on there where I really want it. I want to make sure that this print, I think that's damask. Oh gosh, you just saw me. Oh, there it is. You just saw me using this. I mean, I don't know why it didn't want to come out. Well, one thing, when you take the lid off, it does sort of create a different kind of vacuum. And look at it, it bubbles at the top like that when you take the lid off of it. So whenever I fill it, you know, I have a fountain going for days. See, look at that. That's just doing that. That's because I took the lid off. I probably could put some lace and things underneath this. I'm gonna move that up just a bit. Oh my goodness, what a mess. There we go. Well, this is a lot of fun. There we go. Put the lid on it. Keep it from doing that. Okay. So I will go on from here and decorate and put some tags in it and make it real pretty. And maybe put a piece of lace right there. I think that desperately needs a piece of lace. What have I got? That would look good. Well, I have lots of things that would look good, but, you know. I see a piece here that might be pretty. Let me see. Oh, yeah. That is so pretty. I love it. Okay, let me cut off a piece. Oh, let me cut a... I always cut a bit past so I can trim it up to fit the card or whatever I'm doing. Yeah, and this is a lace from Lavish Laces, so we should have lace in our shop within a week or so, hopefully. We're both exhausted, so we're taking a little downtime away from making new things right now. But be sure you favorite the shop so that you can find the things that we're using in there and that we put in there. Because that's your best way to know when something is new. Because we sold out of quite a bit of stuff that sometimes the things that are in the shop are one of a kind and we don't have any more of. So they're a one-time thing. And then there's other things that we'll keep in there because people request them all the time. We're hoping to keep like guest checks and certain things in there. But a lot of the other stuff, when it sells out, that's it. There won't be another one. So keep that in mind. As any of our custom handmade stuff is a one-time only, for sure. Eek. One-of-a-kind pieces, both of us, so Jolene and I. Eek, come on. I don't know if I got enough glue or not. We'll see. It's kind of like a little mini journal. Now, you could put journal pages right in the middle if you wanted. Very easy to do. Add journal pages. Or make it a notebook. Boy. Okay. I think that was the other one I was looking for. I knew there was a spot that wasn't completely glued, and that seems to be it. Now, you can close those. Definitely make them a closed pocket. I'm not sure what's going in there. I might want it to be more of an open pocket. Oh, gosh. I did not do a good job with that. Let me fix that. Okay. All right, so you could see where this is going, and you could use a strip of fabric if you wanted, especially if you just have pieces that meet right about there, and you decide to collage your cover. You can collage, or you can do, you know, solid like I did. But see, I end up collaging the design on the front, right? Layering the front. Okay, that's better. Well, it's wet. I'm moving the lace around a little bit. Well, you've got a good idea how this is going, right? And then we would just need a little bit of course, I would keep going. I'd probably add some lace here, probably put a little label or flower or something up there, probably leave the back alone, but definitely would come in and maybe do a little something here and here and then fill it up with goodies. So this is our Stack Your Stash. As you can see, we've got a whole bunch of these lovely little envelopes ready to play with. I may make a few more or just wait till I'm doing a project like I'm doing right now. This actually goes with a project that I've started. So it's a French Victorian, I think it's haberdashery kit or tea time kit. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet or what it's going to actually be, but let me see if I have some ribbon we can put in there. I was looking to see if I had any blue that would be pretty. That's kind of a bright blue, isn't it? That might be okay. Or that one or that one. Okay. Just so you can get an idea of how that would work. Now, you could just put a hole in the back and tie it around, or you could just do a little, there's a bunch of ways you can tie it. So I'll just do this for now. Just pull it through and tie it closed, or do a tiny little tie, wrap it around and meet in the front. There's just a whole bunch of things you can do with that. So however you want to close your pretty little piece. There you go. You get a good idea of how to decorate that. And like I said, I will keep going and get it finished. But this is today's Stack Your Stash. So we did 2 different envelope styles today for that. We did the fold over the back, and then we did the pocket. And so that's this one right here. So thanks for coming along, guys, and having a play with me today. And hopefully you've got some new ideas to stack your stash, and you'll be doing them very soon, I hope. And don't forget to hashtag Stack Your Stash whenever you make something in a video or Instagram, so people can find, and I can find what you've done. I went looking and I'm really not finding any, so I guess you guys aren't, except for Celeste, I think is the only one who has done the hashtag, at least that I could find. So think about doing that. All right, you guys, I love you all. I'll see you all very soon. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.